I had a headache every day except for one day. Hey YouTube, what's up? It's your girl Nicolershaeholiday, also known as Plant-Based Nicolershaeholiday on Instagram. I'm coming back to you with another video, take 3. Hey, what's up everybody? Hey YouTube, it's your girl Nicolershaeholiday, also known as Plant-Based Nicolershaeholiday on Instagram. How y'all doing today? Coming back to you with another video. I did raw fruits and vegetables and some nuts and seeds for 30 days. You guys know I like to do this from time to time. The last time I did it was April of this year. So my body was feeling like it wanted to do it again, so I did it. Now, let's keep in mind, I already eat extremely high raw, so it wasn't a drastic change. The changes were the 10% junk food I eat. I wasn't eating that 10% junk food during the 30 days. And the occasional cooked meals, I might have between 4 to 6 cooked meals a week, usually out of 28 meals that I eat a week. I wasn't doing those fully cooked meals. However, I did make an exception with quinoa on my salads, and quinoa is cooked, but that was the only exception I had. And that's just because I don't like to eat raw quinoa, and that was one of my sources of protein. So those were the exceptions, but other than that, I had raw fruits, vegetables, salads, smoothies, nice cream, and some nuts for 30 days. And I feel fantabulistical. Okay? Yes, I just made up a word. I always feel good when I eat raw. So let's talk about it, right? Shall we? So let's talk about some of the benefits. So the benefits. Because I eat really clean most 90% of the time, 95%, and because I eat a lot of raw foods, because it wasn't a drastic difference in terms of how I eat, too big of a I didn't have a lot of benefits other than I just felt great. I felt light. I felt free because I'm not eating a lot of sodium. I'm not eating that 10% junk food. I'm not eating that 10% cooked foods that are heavy sometimes. So I felt just really light and free and great. Okay. Felt great in my body. But the big benefit, let me tell you, first of all, let me explain this. I've been eating this way for 14 years. My body is used to it. It's at a point where it doesn't just prevent me from having things. I am not exempt from things happening. Okay. Just because I eat plant-based. Because my body is so used to it now. Now, when I first went plant-based, my body healed what I need to heal after, when I was eating the meat-eating diet, right? It healed me because it was a change in my body from going from eating meat to going to plants. So it was a big change because I eliminated the animal products. But years later, fast forward, I'm eating this way so long, I'm not exempt from things. I don't get a lot of colds, though. I will attribute that to the diet. But, there's things that happen, right? And I've healed, and when that happens, I have to go up a step further and go pretty much fully raw to heal it. So, I suffered from a year of headaches from September 2023, last year, until this September. For a full year, I had a buttload of headaches, and I was writing it down, and I have the notes here. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to tell you how many headaches I had a month from last September until this September. And I will say that a big drastic change in the amount of headaches I got in the month of October versus what I was getting. So I won't say that. And I kind of always had headaches. So it's kind of back to the way it normally, like I usually would get like 2 or 3 headaches a month just in my life, even eating plant-based. So that was normal to me because I've had headaches since I was a kid. So to me, having 2 or 3 headaches a month was normal, even though it's not really normal. I want to get it to where it's 0 a month. But anyway, what's not normal was me getting frequent headaches every month, so let's just start. Last September 2023, I had a headache. That month, I had a headache every day except for one day. And that was a month I stopped drinking coffee, but the headache started before I stopped drinking the coffee. So it wasn't because of the coffee. Once I stopped drinking coffee, I was getting headaches already, so I couldn't differentiate between the headaches I was already getting versus the withdrawal headaches. But I know I was getting withdrawal headaches too, but it was just meshed in together. But the headaches started before I stopped coffee. So, and I say coffee because I wasn't a caffeine drinker per se. Like, I didn't go after caffeine. I only liked coffee. So that was my culprit. So, okay. So anyway, September 2023, I had 29 headaches out of 30 days. So that month was bad. Every single day except for one day I had a headache. October, I had 21 headaches. November, I had 18 headaches. December, I had 15 headaches. It started going down for a minute. January, I had 14. Then it went back up. February, I had 18 headaches. Then it went down extremely big time. March, I had 6 headaches. And then it went back up. April, I had 11 headaches. May, I had 14 headaches. June, I had 12. July, I had 17. Then it started going down a little. August, I had 8 headaches of this year. September, this year, 8 headaches. And then October, 3. So big drastic change. And the September, I started doing a lot more raw than my normal raw again. And then I did the 30 days raw starting October 8th. And that's when a big difference. So a benefit for me during these 30 days, my headaches improved drastically. And I don't know why I was getting them like that. I still don't know. I'm wondering if it's something to do with my menopause. I am fully blown menopausal. I became fully blown or postmenopausal as of September, because as of September, that made 12 months without my cycle. And that's when, the doctor actually a few years ago told me my hormone levels suggest that I'm in menopause at that time. But she said, you're not in full menopause until you haven't had your cycle for 12 months. So I was in perimenopause basically the last couple of years. My hormones started, going down, the estrogen and everything. And now I'm full blown. So anyway, I just was wondering if the headaches had to do something with hormones and my menopause. I don't know. And I didn't bother to go to the doctor because they're not going to know. It could be anything. Actually, one time I did ask the doctor when they first started, and I had one every day in September is when I went to the doctor. And she said that wouldn't be anything to do with your hormones not having them that frequently. But they started getting less and less and then going up and down, but still getting a lot per month. So I wasn't getting as many as I was when I asked her about it, but I still wonder, was it a menopausal thing? Because I could not figure it out. I was like, is this something I'm eating? I was tracking my food. I just couldn't figure it out. So September of this year, 2 months ago, I did like pretty much taking those 5 to 7 cooked meals out. Maybe it was only like 5 to 7 cooked meals a week. Maybe down to like 2 or 3 a month, from 5 to 7 a week, which could be like 25 to 30 meals a month cooked. So going down to like 2 to 3 cooked meals. So I was drastically eating raw, right? In September. That's when they started getting better. As you saw, I said August and September, I had 8 headaches each month. So that was going down. That was much better. And then October, by the end of the month, I had a total of 3. So that went down even further. So that is a major benefit from doing the raw, is the headaches drastically getting better. You guys, it was just depressing me. Like, again, it would be like, again, just like, why? Like out of the blue. I'll just be watching TV at night with my husband and then just start. Now, sometimes I did have to take medicine because my headaches can turn into a migraine. And then once they turn into a migraine, it just makes me sick and just it's horrible. So I did have to take medicine sometimes. But if they happened at nighttime, if they would start at night, then I would just go to bed, turn on some migraine meditation on YouTube, and then I would go to sleep and it would go away. So a lot of the time I didn't have to take anything because I was sometimes getting them at nighttime. So I would just sleep it off. But if I get one and I don't handle it, it can get bad. So that was one benefit, or the second benefit after the first one was just feeling good in my body. The other one was the healing. Detox. I didn't really have detox during the 30 days, but what's weird is, the last day I started having like a flare-up nervy pain feeling on this side, and it was weird. It was just like, oh, all of a sudden on my last day, I'm just going to have like a freaking, discomfort in my body. I don't know. It was weird. I don't know what that is, but I'm feeling better now. And mind you, I don't know if I said this, but today is November 9th, and my last day was the 6th, right? Yeah, my last day of the 30 days was November 6th. So I went October 8th to November 6th. And my last day, I was having some super cravings. It was crazy. All my 30 days, I was cool. And then the last day, I just had these major cravings. Like, I just wanted junk food. I wanted like some chips. I want like, I'm just having all these cravings. Like, some sweets. And so I got these things at Whole Foods the other day, and I made a video about it, and they were bomb. They were like lightweight Snicker tasting. It's called the Gluten-Free Brothers. These little balls with nuts on them. Every time I say that, it just sounds funny. Anyway, so weight loss. Okay, you guys. I lost 3.6 pounds in a month. Now, some people are like, that ain't nothing, right? The reason why some people lose hella weight, they might lose 10 to 20 pounds in a month when they go raw, is because of whatever their diet was prior. It was a drastic difference in either how much they were eating in terms of calories or the sodium level or whatever. So they lost a lot of water. That is not all fat. Okay? Maybe if they're obese and they lost that, a lot of it might be fat, but if you're just a regular average, not obese person and you're losing 20 pounds in a month, most of that's water. Okay. And that's good. You want to lose your water first and then get to the fat. But I'm just saying, I didn't have a lot of water to lose because of what my diet is prior to going 30 days raw. Okay. I already said I already eat like 90% clean. I already eat mostly raw. So all I needed to lose was fat, and fat takes a lot longer to lose. Usually people can lose a pound of fat per week. Sometimes they might be able to lose 1.5 pounds or a half a pound. I'm menopausal. Things are a lot slower now. Things are changing in my body because of that dang estrogen. So I didn't meet my goal. I wanted to lose at least 5, but I lost 3.5. I'll take it. 3.6. I'll take it. And I'm going to show you the starting weight on the scale here and the finishing weight. Today I weighed myself 3 days after the 30 days because I didn't have time to do it during the week while I was working. So those are the start and finishing of my weight. And I also measured my waist. Now, I don't know how to read inches and stuff because it's confusing. I would think it would be 12 dashes in between each number since there's 12 inches in the, 12 inches each, you know what I'm trying to say. So I don't know how to read it. It's like, there's like 15 dashes in between each number. So anyway, just interpret this the best you can. I started the length around the measurement around my belly button waist area, around where the belly button, around that way, was 34.8, and I'll put it on the screen here. And then today I measured at 32.15. I don't know how to say this right. How do you say that? I don't know what that is. Anyway, 34.8, 32.15 today. So when I subtract that, that's 2.65. Is it 2.65 inches? I don't know how to say this, you guys. Anyway, that's nice. So I guess it's a little over 2 inches around my waist I lost. I guess. I don't know if I'm saying it right. And then the small part of my waist was 30.10. I didn't show that measurement in the beginning, but it was 30.10. And then today was 29.1. So that was 1.9. I guess that's how you say it. 1.9 around my small part of my waist. So I'm happy with that. My waist is a lot thickums since it used to be. I think the measurement around my belly button used to be a 29. So my belly button waist used to be the size of my upper waist, if that makes sense, for years. Now in high school, it was even smaller. But anyway, we ain't gonna talk about high school. Why would we even do that? That's silly. That was like freaking 33 years ago. Anyway, the point was that I always had a small waist until about 5-6 years ago. It got thicker, real thick compared to what it used to be. Anyway, like I said, starting weight was waist around the belly button was a 34.8. That's huge compared to what it used to be. I mean, it was like a 29. I had a 29-inch waist, and now it was, oh my God. But anyway, so I'm happy it's down to 32.15. And somebody please correct me on how to say this correctly, the measurements, because I know that it's like it was a 32 and then 15 dashes over. How do you say that? Am I saying that right? Is it 32.15 or anyway, if you know how to interpret measurements, please let me know. I would think it would be 12 dashes in between since there's 12 inches, but anyway, okay. The weight loss, just to FYI, I don't just automatically lose weight from eating raw. April, I went raw for 30 days and I was actually up a half a pound. I gained a half a pound after 30 days. Last year I went raw. I was actually up a pound. And the difference between those two and this time, those two, I was just eating intuitively. Just eating and, eating just when I was hungry and not paying attention. This time I tracked my food. I have to do that now. I have to. Because I didn't want to end up at the end of the 30 days up again. So I had to track it. I didn't track it every single day. I might have tracked it once and then ate that same thing for the week. And then, changed up the next week, eat something different and track that first in my chronometer to see about how many calories I'm eating. And then I just make sure I'm burning enough every day. If I'm burning 2,100, I need to be eating about 1,900 or 1,800 calories so I could be in a 200 to 300 deficit. Deficit just means you're burning more than you eat. It doesn't mean you're starving yourself, okay? So I wasn't starving myself. I was still eating. Matter of fact, you guys can go check out my playlist, 30 Days Raw October 2024. I was showing you guys some of what I was eating in a day. So I was eating the same types of foods I was eating in the last 2 times I went raw. But this time I just tracked to make sure I was in a deficit every day. Now, sometimes on the weekends, if I went out a few times, I would go up in weight because I was eating, the water, food, sodium weight. And then I would have to work on getting that off the next couple of days. But other than that, I was in a deficit and just making sure I burned more than I ate. And that's why I was able to finally lose weight during eating raw, 3.6 pounds down, which is not a lot to some, but it was good for me even though I didn't make my goal. I always say that I like to average about a pound a week. So although I want to lose 5, even 4 would have been good because that would be 1 pound a week. I need to hurry up because I'm about to go live with Rimson in a minute. But anyway, so yes, I lost weight this time. I didn't have water to lose. That's why it was only 3.6 pounds, whereas other people lose 10 to 20 pounds, but most of it is water. I didn't have a lot of water. I just had fat to lose. Fat takes a little bit longer. And because I'm in menopause, it's even longer. Okay, it's even slower. I'm looking at notes, you guys. Sorry. What did I eat? I would eat, you guys could check out the things I would eat. The basic is I was eating either a whole fruits or smoothies for breakfast. The smoothie would have bases bananas, frozen, of course, some type of greens, and either dates or blueberries or strawberries. Excuse me. And then lunch, during, sorry. And then lunch would be like either an ice cream, or fruit, and then snack would be like peanut butter and apples or peanut butter and almond butter or just fruit, and then dinner would be like a salad with quinoa on it with my tahini dressing. Sometimes I would have the salad for lunch and then have the ice cream for dinner, but those are basically what I was eating during the 30 days raw. I would change up the fruit. I would change up the ice cream flavors and things like that. You guys could check out my 30-day October playlist to see what I eat in a day videos. I usually like to stop eating by 6. Sometimes it would be a little later depending on the day if I was out and about or whatever, but mostly I would stop eating around 6 o'clock. That's something I just like to do all the time, even when I'm not doing raw. So I can give my body, especially now that I'm working again, I like to give my body at least 4 hours to digest, 4 to 5 hours to digest before I go to sleep. I was working out. I was working with a coach for 30 days as well. He gave me a meal plan, and it was a high raw meal plan, and I wanted to change it to like pretty much fully raw except for my quinoa. So I wasn't really following his meal plan per se. I used it as a guide, but honestly, I didn't really need help with my meal plan because my way of eating on a day-to-day is fine. And when I stick to it and I'm tracking and paying attention to how much I eat, I start making progress. But it would always be the weekends and events and things that when I would eat out of my normal way of eating, that I would gain a pound or two and it would make me backtrack. Then I got to lose that. And then, it would just mess up the progress. So that's why I wanted that accountability for the 30 days, because by having him, knowing that he's my coach, me not wanting to disappoint him, it made me work extra hard to make sure that I, stuck to losing a pound or whatever per week, making sure that I stuck to it and making sure that I'm on point. And I already worked out before him. I've been working out consistently, I would say, since April of this year. So when I started with him, he gave me a different workout routine. So basically it was fine because I like to change my workout every 8 weeks or so. So right before I went raw, I was doing 3 days of full body. So when I started working with him, he had me doing 4 days of workouts. I would do 1 day of chest and tries, 1 day of back and biceps, 1 day of legs, 1 day of shoulders and abs. So I was doing 4 days for the last month. I think I'm going to go back to 3 because 3 days is more realistic for me to keep up. 4 days. I hate going to the gym. I'm not going to lie. I hate working out. Okay. But I do it because I have to. Yes, you have to, especially when you get of age over 40, you're losing muscle. And when you go through menopause, you are losing a lot of muscle. You have to replenish that muscle. You have to build the muscle back up. So people, I don't want to hear, oh, I lost weight, I didn't have to exercise. You have to. If you are over 40, you need to get in that gym. If you don't want to go to the gym, you need to work out at home. You need to be lifting weights. We are at risk for osteoporosis, So you have to lift weights. You need to build strength. You need to build muscle. You can't just walk. Okay? All these people that are saying that, it's because they're not in menopause. They don't know. Don't listen to these men that be saying that stuff. They're not going through it. They don't know. Sorry, I'm getting passionate here. Get in that gym. Lift weights. Get in that, or get you some dumbbells. Get home. Do it wherever you need to do it. Or at least maybe some resistance bands. But if I were you, I would stick to the weights because it's, more heavier. It's heavier. Anyway, so I was working out. I was already working out and I changed to his plan. Stuck with that. And now I'm about to go back to 3 days because that's just more realistic for me to stick with. So I really appreciate the accountability. We would check in once a week and he would just ask me how I'm doing, what's working, what's not. So having him in the back of my mind this whole time helped me really push hard, because I was like, I do not want to come at the end of this and tell him, oh, I didn't lose any weight, or, oh, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Oh, I didn't lose any inches. I just would have felt like a failure. So I had to have some good news for him. I know I didn't probably lose as much as his other clients, again, because I don't know. It just, I didn't have a lot of water to lose. I'm menopausal. I just have fat to lose. It takes longer. Yada, 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 yada. Let's see. So yeah, basically it was having a coach that helped me push to stay on track, to make sure I was like, okay, I can't disappoint him. I have to stick with my 1 pound a week at least, or sometimes it was a half a pound or whatever. But it made me like push harder, to the point where I was like, okay, the first 2 weeks I went out on the weekends and I gained like a pound over the week. And then I had to work off losing that. So I was like, I ain't going out for the rest of the 30 days, because when I go out, I eat a little bit more. I eat more sodium because I'm at the restaurants. Matter of fact, I lost 3.6 pounds. It probably could have been 5.5 pounds, but because there was 2 weekends, I had to backtrack, because I ate more than normal. I ate in a surplus, which means I ate more than I burned those days, or it might have been a lot of sodium in the food at the restaurant. So it put me back, so that I could have probably lost actually 5.5 pounds instead of 3.5. But it is what it is. That's realistic. That's what happens. You might gain a pound or two over a weekend if you're eating a little bit more than normal, and then you go back to your normalcy, and then you get it off, and now you've balanced out. Okay. That's been the story of my life for the last 5 years. But anyway, yeah. Like I said, I just needed that accountability. My way of eating on a regular day-to-day, and my workouts are fine. It's when I go out that always makes me backtrack and keeps me from meeting my goals. So it was really helpful having him. I literally would see him on my shoulder. You know how they used to see the devil and the angel on the shoulder? Well, I would see him on my shoulder watching me. So it helped me just really stay on point. And I'm really proud of myself. Again, I wish I would have lost a little bit more, but I'm okay with that. My birthday's in 2 weeks. I have 2 weeks to, oh, and by the way, I was already working on some fat loss before working with him. So before him, it was 3.5. I lost 3.6 pounds. So now I'm at a total of 7.2 pounds from June 3rd. I was 152.4. So now I'm 145.2. So that's 7.2 pounds of fat. And so I'm proud of myself. That's not a lot. 7 pounds in 5 months? That's not a lot. But the first 3-4 months, those weekends were jacking me up and kept making me go backwards. So I could have lost a lot more than that before the 30 days raw. I could have lost a lot more. But again, the backtracking is what always messes me up. So that's why 2 weeks ago, I vowed I'm not going anywhere else. And I mean just going out at night and stuff until my birthday, because I don't want to go backwards anymore, because it messes me up. So anyway, that was my experience doing 30 days raw. I like to do this from time to time, at least twice a year. When I cut out the 10% junk food I eat, when I cut out the fully cooked meals that I eat sometimes, and just eat raw fruits and vegetables and smoothies and salads, and I just feel free and light and clean. Now, I'm still going to be going back to my high raw way of eating, with occasional cooked foods, occasional junk food. And you best believe when I go to LA for my birthday in 2 weeks, I'm going to be hitting up all my favorite restaurants I used to love when I lived there. And most of the places there are going to be some raw meals I'm going to eat, but there's going to be a few places like those, cauliflower buffalo wings I'm craving. I can't wait to have some of those. And I want these, vegan nachos I used to get. I'm getting those. Maybe some raw cheesecakes or something like that. I'm gonna enjoy myself on my birthday. I'm probably gonna gain a few pounds. It's just gonna be like water, food, sodium weight. And then when I come back from my birthday, I'll just have to, get back on track. And then that'll come off. But I'm excited about my birthday, and I'm excited, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys enjoy eating raw, or if you're gonna do a 30 days or anything. I like to encourage people to do this every now and then. If you eat a meat eating diet, you might want to kind of transition a little bit, like do raw, do regular plant-based for like a week first, just cutting out the animal products and just eating beans, rice, nuts, fruit, vegetables, salads and stuff, and then do raw, because you don't want to just be like a shock. Or if you feel like you gangsta, just go straight to it. But let me know if you guys do this or try it, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you click on that like button. Make sure you comment. Let me know you watched. Let me know if you were inspired or not. And I hope you guys enjoy. If you like this kind of content, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I got to go do my Q&A with Remsen called Bowling for Fruit. I'll be posting that in a couple days as well. So you guys, I will see you guys in the next video. God bless you. Bye.